next one is about customer experience, which is about understanding how your customer is behaving on your website, or indeed on any sort of digital type of channel. Most organisations will have some web analytics type software and capability, and most organisations will use that to get an understanding of online behaviour in terms of the pages that are being viewed and accessed. And what they will identify is, here's a session, here's a session, here's a session, here's another session with some money being spent, here's another session, and so on and so forth. Without any real connection between the sessions per se. Web analytics solutions and the primary use of web analytics solutions is mainly driven through IT teams to understand about how the website is working in terms of its 24/7 availability and its usage. So what are the top pages that are being used? What pages have errors? Why have they got errors? What are the search terms being used? How do people find us? Where are the referrals coming in from? What paths? What is the navigation path within a session? But it is primarily within a session rather than across sessions. A customer experience focus is more about the customer than about the website. So instead of saying what are the top pages or what are the top products that are being looked at, it's who is looking at those products. And the customer experience will take the information about people looking at products and bring it back to the segmentation. Talking about segmentation, the types of people who are looking at products, and then why. Why did a particular customer not complete a journey in the web session? What type of customer is searching for what type of thing? And what really stimulated a visit? So in terms of the type of people, where are these types of people coming in terms of referral? And who reaches, who actually completes a part, and why? So it's primarily about who's doing it, and not least, it's about understanding not just within a session, but if that customer has done one session, gone away for a bit, come back, done another session to complete a goal, you can track it through. You can see it from a customer view perspective. And a typical example of this will be a timeline associated with a customer. So a customer might come onto your website and first of all you know nothing about them other than their IP address, and you kick off a cookie and so on and so forth, and they start to look at products, and at some stage they might put in their name and they might register. I'm going to show you a piece of software shortly that will show you how that is done, even if they don't actually press the submit button to submit it, which is quite interesting. But we now know who they are, and we've got a sale. And as soon as we do that, we can map that back to the customer and all of the other things that that customer is doing, the types of customer they are, the products and service portfolio that they have, and the sort of transactions they're doing. So you get a full customer view. It is actually, this is all about bringing all of that customer 360-degree view of the customer together. And from that point onwards, there may be further sessions, different days, different products and services, and at some point in time, you will do outbound marketing and will push to the web and will keep the tag going from your outbound marketing email campaign, typical the sort of thing that Dave showed you in the previous session, and then you can track the web navigation based on that campaign and hopefully generate sales. But because you've personalised the push to the web, the sale should be bigger. Over the course of a number of projects and discussions with organisations about how they use this customer experience technology, there are three primary value drivers that appear to be a common theme for all of them. The first one is about understanding the value of a customer over the course of sessions combined with everything else you know about a customer. And it is very important when you're looking at optimizing and maximizing your sponsorship, your referral, media referral type inward paths onto your website. Good example of this is one case study that we have with a major UK bank, which looks and tracks and assigns points to doing certain things on the website, going and visiting certain pages, downloading certain material. It's a corporate banking website here. And those points are used to aggregate up and go back to all of the places where they have purchased sponsorship or purchased referral routes in, and to discuss and negotiate the actual amount of money they are spending with some of those referral mechanisms. And I think the one referral mechanism they renegotiated was from Forbes magazine, as an example, for commercial corporate investors. So, understanding the value of a customer as they're navigating through subsequent web sessions. The next area is around who's doing what in a website and whether that website is working for that type of customer. And it is primarily, or especially important, when you've got parts of your website which are associated with registrations or applications and a process of going from one form to another form to another form. At some point in time, people will typically abandon and drop out. Different people will drop out at different stages. If you can understand what is it about the different type of person, if there are any similarities between the types of people who are dropping out at certain periods of time, then you can redesign the website to better suit that segment of your population. And as equally, you can drive people to landing pages that are best tailored to that type of person, whether it is a more elderly person, less used to an internet environment, or whether it is a member of the Generation Y. The final value driver, and probably the most valuable, I would say, the most important, is one where it's identifying the moments of truth, as I call it. This is the event-driven type stuff. Again, customers within a session will do certain things if those are of significance. As we've seen in the previous real-time flow, something of significance gets logged as an event. You can use it as a marketing call to action later on to say, you've done something, it's a hot new lead, let's talk to you about it. Here is an example. It's from, again, UK banking industry, mortgages. Over the course of a month period, not a recent month, I hasten to add, in the current mortgage climate, but in the case of a month, 48,000 different visitors visited the mortgage section of this bank, of which 8,000 were repeat sessions. They could identify which ones. Most visited 2 or 3 times a day. They were clearly looking at shopping around. Some of them visited as many as 10 times a day, and they all seem to be interested in various forms of content on that mortgage application process, and in particular the mortgage calculator to work out what the monthly premium would be for that mortgage. Some of them were known customers. So if you've got an existing mortgage customer going onto your mortgage calculator to work out what would happen if you changed the term, what do you think they're doing? They're shopping around. You know that you've got to talk to them because they're potentially on their way out. What is interesting is that this piece of technology can identify this even if they go onto the calculator, type in some stuff, but then don't press the calculate button. So we knew, this bank knew all about those customers, even the ones that were trialling it and just seeing what would happen.